everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things not worth focusing on. And I'm your host who just remembered to write games for today's show. Hey, I'm Ben, and as always, joining me this week is another host who made his game this morning. It's Noah.
Good morning. Is this the first time we've recorded in the morning? No, we've had one other time.
No,
Yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm awake. I wrote a game. I did all kinds of research on Taco Bell this morning. I'm ready to go.
No spoilers. Please. And our special guest this week, he didn't know he was going to be on this show until yesterday. So clearly we're all firing on all cylinders. It's Michael.
Surprise, I'm on the show, but it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
That's good. I'm very happy to hear that you're feeling good.
Did you say it's a new life?
Yeah, it's
every day is a new life.
It's a Michael Bublé song. Well,
no, it's not a Michael.
He did a cover of it. I'm sorry. He did a cover of it, and that's the version I know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. When you type in the lyrics in Google, it comes up with Michael Bublé, so I think he wrote it.
See? Well, he didn't write it, but he made it popular-ish. Michael's just mad at us.
Yeah, because it's... Yeah.
Who is it?
I'm not much
Who is it then, Michael? Who is it?
Who is? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, see?
Google says Nina Simone in 1965.
That makes sense.
Which is definitely the version that I heard, because I do not enjoy his stuff. But that's for another topic.
But you have the same name as him, Michael.
Doesn't mean I like anything about him.
I have the same name as the guy that built the Ark, but he did some kind of weird stuff that I do not support.
I mean, he got naked and drunk in a tent.
Specifically that.
That's it all adds up to that. I have the same name as some guy named Ben Shapiro, and I'm adamantly against him. We can cut that out. Anyway, yeah, well, welcome back to the show, Michael, Noah. Thank you so much for being here. I'm obviously so stoked to be here because I love doing this every week. And speaking of every week we give you weekly updates from our weeks, and I'm just trying to see how many times I can sneak week into a sentence. But Michael, do you have any life updates from this past week?
Well, yes, Ben. So this week has been good, and I'm just going to take some time to be introspective for a second, because I'm at a point right now in life where I've just been able to slow down instead of being at 1,000 miles an hour all the time. At least for a few weeks here, I've just been able to slow down. So I've been able to read. I've read 1984 on my own choosing, not being forced to read it in high school. I finished it. It was good. I just started reading Moonwalk, which is Michael Jackson's autobiography, because I'm an avid fan of Michael Jackson. That's one Michael that I do enjoy, so there you go, Ben. What else? Yesterday I went with a friend over to the church, and he was teaching me about doing lighting, so I'm expanding my audiovisual tech avenue to lighting, and that was just a lot of fun. So sorry, no comical story this week. I'm just, like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm feeling good.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Feeling good is good.
I had no idea that you were such a Michael Jackson fan, Michael, because that was my big quarantine discovery. Is I was working from home for about a month and a half during quarantine, and I got super into Michael Jackson over that time.
I own every album from Off the Wall to the last album that he produced while he was alive, Invincible. It's all in that drawer. I have every album right there. I could grab them and hold them up in a stack, but I won't, because that defeats the audio purpose. But you guys will just have to believe me.
So after that, you dropped off. You don't get the new album every year where it's like the 20th
because
he's dead
anniversary of Michael's song.
Ben does have a point. Ben does have a point, because he was such a perfectionist that a lot of this stuff that didn't come out for a reason. That he would record some tracks upward of 40 times all the way through before he got to a version that he liked. If you watch the documentary for Escape, the album that came out in like 2009, you'll see that sponsor. But he was such a perfectionist that the newer stuff, I don't think he wanted to be out for a reason, that he wasn't done with it. So I'm not much of a supporter of that stuff. It's still good music, but I don't purchase it and stuff.
He's a purist.
It's so weird because they have to make money. Like if you own Michael Jackson, you're just going to keep making money even after his death, and it's very weird.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm happy that you are feeling good. Noah, how are you feeling?
I guess I feel kind of the opposite, where I feel like this week I was going 100 miles an hour the whole week. I was at a corporate event this week, and the takeaway for me was getting to chauffeur and pick up some people from the airport up near where this event was being held. So some people were flying in on a private plane, so they didn't, have to be on a commercial airline right now. And
with some schleps.
I had never picked up someone. What, Ben?
You've never heard the word schlep?
No, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what is a schlep?
It's a schlep. A schlep is a schlep.
Thanks.
Hang on, I'm looking it up so I get it right. Schlep.
No, I was already on it.
It means to haul or carry.
Yeah, a schlep.
So you were a schlepper?
Yeah, you don't want to ride around with some schleps, some people who haul and carry stuff. Just say it. It's fun to say. Say schlep. Schlep.
All right. Our legal team will look into if that's an offensive word and if we're allowed to say that on this podcast.
It's not an offensive word.
Anyway, so I went to go schlep some people from the airport, and I had never
you are the
picked anyone
schlep.
up.
Oh, okay.
I was the schlepper or schlep. So my job was to go and pick the people up from the airport, and I had never picked someone up from like a private plane before. I didn't really know what that would look like. So I'm driving this car up to this little tiny airport, and they told me to go up to this gate. So I go up to this gate, and the guy says, "All right, what's your name?" And I told him my first and last name, and told him I was here to pick somebody up from a plane, and he just opens the gate, and he lets me in. And he's like, "All right, you can go through." And so I drive through, and I see there's like a little area where, there's like a little tiny restaurant and bathrooms, and you can go in and just rest for a few minutes in between flights or whatever. And so I pull up and I go inside, and they tell me, "Oh yeah, that plane just landed. Just go drive on out to it on the tarmac." And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure that's something I can do? Because we're right by the landing strip, like where all the planes are landing, and there's probably 20 planes on this tarmac. And she goes, "Yeah, just drive on out there, and the plane's kind of over to the right. You'll see it when you get down there." And so I get back in my car, and I start driving out onto the tarmac, and I'm right next to a plane, and some guy pulls up to me, and I'm like, "All right, here it is. This is where I'm going to get yelled at for driving here, because I really probably shouldn't be here." And so I roll down my window, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go." And he's like, "Oh yeah, just go to that plane down there and just drive between these planes, and just try not to like fly under anybody's wings or anything, or try not to hit a plane. That happened last week. Somebody hit the plane with their car," and then he drives off. And I'm like, "What?" So I'm just driving on this tarmac between planes, just right where planes are landing, and I pull right up to the plane in my car. And apparently you can just do that. I could have been anybody. All I had to do was give them my first and last name, and they're just like, "Yeah, just go drive between planes. Do whatever."
Well, I feel like they may have had your first and last name.
That could be.
We're checking.
Yeah. That would make the most
I don't
sense.
think like the prerequisites to getting on an airplane's tarmac is to just give them your first and last name. And then they're like, "Okay, cool." Because it's harder to get into an airport than that. So I feel like they had your name.
Maybe. I should
Was
ask
this
about
at the
that.
International Airport?
No, this is a small
This was the private one? Okay,
airport.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was a little less
Yeah, I
strict.
was like,
This is not an international airport. It was just a tiny little private airport. But yeah, so that was my big event of the week. Was
I feel like the rule with that has to be you give the right of way to the airplane, right? Like it doesn't matter if you're going straight or turning right. If you come to an impasse with an airplane, give the right of way to the airplane.
that definitely seems wise. I mean, I know which one of us is going to hold up better if we do collide. So
I don't think there's any pulling rank of like I was going first in my.
Well, it's the same thing with pedestrians. Like pedestrians always have the right of way, but that does not mean you should go.
But if a car is barreling towards you at 40 miles an hour, stop.
It has the right of way. So anyway, it was a crazy week. Lots of big corporate stuff, but the highlight of the week, driving on a tarmac.
Well, that's fun. I've never driven on a tarmac. I've walked on a tarmac, but I've never driven on one. I guess the most interesting that's happened to me in the past week is my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, because I like being redundant, acquired through accidental means a cat. They are now possessors of a feline that wandered into their house while they were letting in some friends for house church. And they just randomly have a cat now. But the problem is my brother's like horribly allergic to cats. So he was always on Benadryl and always really out of it. And they're trying to find a place for the cat, but it's not looking positive that they're going to find any takers for the cat. So it looks like they're going to have a cat for a while. It's a nice cat, though. I really do like the cat.
I guess I'm not visiting your brother and his wife ever again. So
do you not like cats?
I don't enjoy them. 2, I'm very allergic to them.
Noah, why are you drawing the line?
I do like cats, and I'd totally get a cat, but I can't because I'm also super allergic.
See?
This is my deal with cats, because I'm allergic to cats too. But like, if everyone's allergic to cats, why do we have cats?
Because we're not meant to have cats. Clearly, there's a... don't get me wrong. There are some very nice cats. In fact, at the barn that my parents attend, that was terrible. Bored at the barn of which my parents board. I'm trying to figure out how to speak.
You own horses.
Yeah, that's the point. There's one cat named Pinky that really likes me. And I like Pinky because Pinky's really nice and cute. But Pinky makes me allergic. But Pinky does do barn things. Pinky doesn't get fed. Pinky finds his own, we don't really know.
Its own
mouse food. Yeah, their own. Pronouns unsure. But Pinky's a real cat. I respect Pinky.
So it's more
now everyone knows what barn to go to.
It's more you have a problem with like house cats that have everything just given to them with no effort.
Those
I don't know.
Entitled codependent cats is what really gets you going.
If the cat is nice, I do like the cat. If the cat is spoiled and doesn't like to see humans and gets fed every day and doesn't have to work for its food, that's where I get dodgy about cats.
Well, I'm
going to get hate comments for that.
I feel like this cat, it's a bold cat, to say the least, because it just walked into their house.
Yeah.
Off the
street. Is that how it happened? It really did just walk in?
It literally just walked into their house. I don't know if it walked in through the front door or through the garage, but just walked into their house. And it was like, hi, you have a cat now.
That's like a squatter cat. Just like, all right, I live here now. This is my home.
Like a squatter cat. But they called the Humane Society, and they were like, well, we haven't had anyone come looking for a cat. And since there's lots of fires going on, the Humane Society is full. So they're like, we can't take the cat, so you can hold on to it until someone comes looking for it. And no one's come looking for it. So it's just a stray cat that was like, all right, I'm done being a stray cat. I'm now a house cat. Take care of me. Which, I mean, you kind of have to admire.
The cat or your brother? Because I admire your brother and his wife.
That's weird. I know, I admire the cat. Hey, Michael, you want to read some reviews?
Heck yes, I'll read some reviews. So we've got a couple of, a review and then some feedback, I suppose. Review number 1 comes from Kimotaire, who says...
That's the correct way of pronouncing that.
Why'd you gotta cut me off, man?
Because I just wasn't...
Now I have to go back. Kimotaire says, Noodles at Noon is a fresh, new, hilarious podcast. Kimotaire says, Noodles at Noon is a fresh, new, hilarious podcast. These hosts have a great rapport. Great word, by the way.
Yeah.
And the guests fit right in with the weekly hilarity. I look forward to the new episode each week and enjoy playing along with the games, although I might have to take off a few stars because Ben doesn't like pumpkin spice lattes. Thank you, Ben, for the hate comments that you've gotten us on social media
Yeah, I
from
got a few.
some of our friends about pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah, see,
No,
this person gets it. This person understands pumpkin spice lattes.
All right, next one. So we have another comment coming in that says, Noodles at Noon is way better than Ben's now forever infamous combination of soy milk, French vanilla creamer, and Lucky Charms. No matter if you like your cereal dry with milk, a milk alternative, or some other weird combination, there is laughter awaiting the minute you hit play, and that's from Noodles at Midnight.
I didn't like it. Okay? I know it says no matter if you like your cereal dry with milk, a milk alternative, or some other... I don't like it with that weird combination. I don't like it. Please stop saying that I do.
We forgot to do it last week, so I'm glad we got to highlight it this week. Thank
Yeah,
you, Noodles at Midnight, for
Whoever you are. We've been going back and forth trying to decide who Noodles at Midnight
Reveal
is.
yourself.
We really don't know.
It seems like they're about to start a competing podcast to us, like a darker, more grittier version of our podcast.
Ooh, I want to be a part of that. We won't have to cut out my jokes.
I feel like, okay, yeah, here's the question. Who do you think we have to cut out the most? I feel like it's probably Ben.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, for what reason? Like stumbling over words or for saying something that shouldn't go on our podcast?
Definitely for saying something.
The most, for sure. Yes.
If it's for saying something, then it's...
You saying risky things is
it's me. And I normally...
biggest cost of editing.
In my defense, I normally go, you're going to have to cut this out, and then I will say it. So I at least give you the warning.
That's fair.
Yeah. I give Michael time to scroll down to the edits portion of our
Typically
show notes.
It's Noah, by the way.
Or
but
Noah,
I do
yeah.
contribute to the edits portion.
Yeah, and then so they can go there, they can type in the timestamp and say this is when Ben said this, and it can't be put in there. But if you sign up for our Patreon, you will get the full unedited version. The Patreon that we don't have. Maybe I'll set one up if someone wants to give us money for doing this, because please.
Also, we have a store.
Oh yeah, we have a store. Buy our merch. There's
We had a giveaway. We had a giveaway.
We did have a giveaway. Congratulations to Will_Cogswell for winning our first ever giveaway. You get a giveaway sticker.
I'll beat the odds, mind you.
Oh, he did beat the odds because
saw that.
Dude
That was a rigged election.
77777. That's dude with 7 sevens, representing completion. It's a biblical number. Not only did he comment, but one of the people he tagged also followed, so he got entered in twice. But Will_Cogswell, he beat the odds, and he won the sticker. So congratulations. I'll give it to you at your wedding. In the middle of the ceremony, I'll walk down the aisle.
Any objections? I have a sticker. Ben runs down the aisle. Here you go, Will. And then runs away, flies away, turned into a bat and flew away.
You look lovely, by the way. Hi, bride. Okay, bye. Yeah, so I'm excited to crash your wedding. I mean, I think I'm invited. I'm excited to give you your sticker at your wedding. Congratulations on multiple levels, Will_Cogswell, for that. And we're going to dive straight into some games this week. And we're going to start it off with a game we haven't done in a while. We are going to play What's the Deal? And since we haven't played it in a while, I will give a quick summary of how it works. In this game, I will ask the contestants, Noah and Michael, what the deal is with certain topics from the past little bit. I assign points based on how close they are to being correct, or if I just like their answer the best. Is everybody ready?
I actually don't think I've played this one before. I think I might have been gone that week, but we'll see.
You were not gone. No. No. So we're going to start with, what's the deal with street signs? Michael, what is the deal with street signs?
Oh my gosh. What isn't the deal with street signs? Am I right up top? Come on. No. Okay.
No, correct.
No, thank you. Good.
No, don't give him that.
So let's think. Let's think cautiously. Okay. So there's conspiracy theories about street signs.
There are?
And yeah, FEMA stickers are on the back of street signs, which is kind of weird. But the thing that I'm thinking is my friend sent me a Snapchat of a street sign the other day that had a very particular name, and it was named Lapis, which is my favorite Minecraft ore, by the way, lapis lazuli. So, street signs and ores, how are we going to tie this bow together neatly? Oh boy. They're going to start making street signs out of pure diamond in Brazil.
Ooh, that does sound like something they would do in Brazil, I guess. Noah?
I have seen street signs, and
I'm glad.
I am familiar.
Did they have
with
them on the tarmac?
They
when you were
had no
driving around
signs on the tarmac. They just had people saying, "Yeah, do whatever you want."
That's
try not
inviting.
to hit
I
a
would
plane.
do that. Just try not to hit a plane.
I think street signs they have found are starting to decay. Like their lifespan is coming up, and the U.S. is going to have to replace every single street sign. But because of that, they're going to change the font from Helvetica to Comic Sans, since it's the most readable, and it is very helpful for dyslexic people. So all the street signs are going to be replaced with Comic Sans.
All right, so we have diamond street signs in Brazil and Comic Sans street signs. Well, a North Carolina street sign is being replaced after it featured a misspelling and wrong type of street. The sign on Autumn Oaks Lane was struck by a vehicle and replaced by a sign that reads Autumn Oaks, spelled A-U-T-U-M instead of A-U-T-U-M-N, and said drive instead of lane. So Autumn Oaks Drive instead of Autumn Oaks Lane. This story really hits home for me because as someone who writes things that go out to the public on a daily basis, I am horrified of something like this happening to me. So I really feel for... Actually, I guess I don't really feel for the person who made that sign because I feel like I would at least get that correct.
It's the public school system, man.
No, it isn't.
You're outnumbered here. No, go away.
You're outnumbered. just go back to your desk you have in the corner. I guess you're actually at a desk.
I am at a desk in the corner right now. It's the desk I did all of high school at, so...
I've been to your school many times. But you've never been to my school. So I guess for this, I'm going to have to go to Noah because he did talk about what's written on the signs and the signs needing to be replaced because he said they were decaying and they were just going to change the font. But I mean, they have to change what the sign says and the sign has to be replaced. So yeah, I'm going to go with Noah on this one.
Do you know what
It better be
font they
papyrus.
Whatever it was
Papyrus.
before. I don't know. The sign is maintained by the HOA that it's in, so I guess the HOA can choose the font. I guess that was weird to me that the HOA is in charge of the street signs. It's like
Sounds like a rich neighborhood.
Yeah, it really does.
You know, where you drive
Maybe
in,
they have
all the
diamond
signs,
street signs.
all the signs look slightly different because they're done by private instead of the city. So
Yeah, they have like borders on them.
Yeah.
With those swirly things that make things look fancy even though they're not. And you have to pay like $5,500 to mow your lawn. And it has to be vertical stripes at 30-degree angles. All right, what is the deal with public toilets? I don't like HOAs if you can't tell. What's the deal with public toilets? Mama Noah? Mama Noah?
I think this has to do with Brazil. Michael was talking about Brazil earlier.
Diamond public toilets it is, I see.
There are, because I just read about this. I'm pretty sure it was Brazil. No. It was Amsterdam. Not even close. Amsterdam, which is not even in South America.
No, not even kind of.
They have had a real problem with public urination, and recently they have created these outdoor open air public toilets that can also be used to help grow plants and things in the public streets. And this is true because I learned about this on a podcast this week. So that's my guess.
Public urination. Making plants. Okay, Michael, what do you think? Do you have diamond-encrusted toilets in Brazil?
No, but because that's Noah's. But this one's a give me, Ben. So I learned about this company this week that debuted in France called Sanitronics, aka Sanitronics for those of you in America, but Sanitronics.
Why do you say every name like that?
And they have a rotating toilet system where it goes behind the wall and gets sanitized. And if we remember, we'll embed something like this GIF on the site, but don't hold us to it. So a revolving toilet that is totally sanitary and debuted in Paris, France.
Do you have to
or if you're gonna make fun of me, Paris, France.
Do you have to pull a book off a bookshelf to get the toilet to come back?
Well, that's what the comment that I saw was, could you imagine getting stuck in it and then going to the back like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade?
If it's one of those automatic toilets, it'll just be like, all right, I've flushed even though I'm still sitting on the toilet, and it'll just start spinning. I hate those automatic toilets. They're terrifying. And that would make it so much worse. So we have spinning toilets from Michael and publicly urinated on flowers from Noah in Amsterdam. But the correct answer is Tokyo parks unveiled transparent public toilets. They do have a good reason for these transparent toilets. The transparent walls become not transparent when the door is locked and allows people to see the cleanliness and whether or not somebody is hiding in the toilet before entering. I just don't know about the whole locking thing to make it not transparent, because
this is the first time I think I've known a story in What's the Deal With, because I did see that one too, but
it was a while ago, so I kind of did go back.
I did see that one. Interesting.
Would you?
I have. Yeah, sorry.
Would you use a toilet in Tokyo that was clear when you went?
Obviously,
into it?
I'd use a toilet in Tokyo. Oh, so I have an obsession with. I don't know what they're called.
Tokyo toilets?
Electro opaque windows and glass. If I would build a house, I would build windows that did that, where when they have a current go through them, they go opaque. I just think that's really cool.
I don't understand how it works well enough. I don't know if I could trust it.
I would wholly trust it. But
what if the power goes out?
Well, then your windows are clear.
Yeah, and nobody wants to see that.
We have some of these.
Your windows are clear right
office.
now.
You do?
We have a conference room with electro-opaque windows, and it's so weird. When you want to have a private meeting, you just flip a switch, and all the glass just turns opaque.
That must be a really unnerving feeling when someone's like, "Hey, Noah, come to this meeting," and you just walk into the room, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Not much."
The switch.
Flick, and suddenly you're like, "Oh shoot,
this is a secret meeting." Yeah,
this is crazy. One of those meetings.
Because I didn't know such a thing existed until I walked into this conference room, like my first few weeks of working there, and somebody flipped the switch, and it was baffling to me.
Isn't that a TikTok thing?
Someone flip a switch. I think it is. TikTok's banned in the United States. It doesn't matter.
One more window tidbit. At the anatomy lab at the university of which I attended, the upstairs windows in the lab had kind of like transition lenses. So when the sun hit them, they turned dark blue and had a tint, which was nice because then the anatomy lab wasn't super hot and super stuffy. But it also had such good ventilation that when there was a fire last year, you could smell it in the lab really bad. So pros and cons.
Well, Ben, in answer to your question about would I use one of these, I would use one of these over Amsterdam's green pea, which I'm showing a picture right now, even though, it's so bright. I don't know that it's going to... Let me see.
All right,
hold on, let me put on my sunglasses.
It's basically just a planter. With plants in it. And it has a little green urinal looking thing, so you can help water the plants and solve public urination problems at the same time. Green pea.
It's not really solving public urination problems because people are still... It's just like diverting it into another place. They had those in London, but it wasn't green. It was just like a circle of urinals that you could just walk up to and use, like if you were a guy. I never saw someone who wasn't a guy try and use one. As for points, I don't know. Because both of you gave answers that were true stories, backed up by evidence. I'm going to give it to Michael just because his pronunciation of Paris.
Sanitronics, woo!
Yeah. His pronunciation of words is making me very happy today, so I'm going to roll with that. And for our last story, we kind of have audio cues. So what is the deal with whatever this guy is talking about? Give it a listen. Give it a load.
Lincoln has the opportunity to be a social leader in this country. We have been casually ignoring a problem that has gotten so out of control that our children are throwing around names and words without even understanding their true meaning and treating things as though they're normal. I go into nice family restaurants and I see people throwing this name around and pretending as though everything is just fine. I'm talking about...
What is this guy talking about? Michael.
Two things. First, they're called electrochromic windows, by the way.
Oh my
I gave
goodness.
the wrong name. But anyway, so I had a distinct disadvantage because I'm listening to this audio clip through a phone speaker, through a microphone, through the internet, so I don't know the context. I don't know if it's a hearing. I don't know if it's a YouTube video.
I will say it's a city council meeting.
Years old.
It's a recording from a city council meeting in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay, that clarifies a couple things. So he's clearly upset about children knowing things that they shouldn't know. He's upset that these kids have Chromebooks. When I was in younger ages, Chromebooks didn't even exist. So he's upset that everyone gets a Chromebook. You get a Chromebook. You get a Chromebook.
He's upset about communist Chromebooks.
Exactly.
Or Oprah Chromebooks, I guess, if you're going to use that right.
Everybody gets a Chromebook. That's the end of the world.
Nobody has a Chromebook.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to classify Chromebooks as useful. All right, Noah, what is your answer? What was this guy talking about?
I think he's talking about the Karen meme. I think he doesn't like hearing these kids talking about Karens. He doesn't like them using it at restaurants or whatever he said. He doesn't like that Karens have been normalized, and he's going to help fight back against it.
Wait, he doesn't like that Karens are being normalized, so he wants it to be an abnormal thing.
He wants to fight. He wants to fight the current usage of the word Karen.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, so we have Karen usage, communist Chromebooks. Let's hear what this guy was actually talking about. Give it a second.
I'm talking about boneless chicken wings. I propose that we as a city remove the... Excuse me, I'm trying to...
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Come on.
Sir,
I propose that we as a city remove the name boneless wings from our menus and from our hearts. These are our reasons why. Number one, nothing about boneless chicken wings actually come from the wing of a chicken. We would be disgusted if a butcher was mislabeling their cuts of meats, but then we go around and pretending as though the breast of the chicken is its wing. Number two, boneless chicken wings are just chicken tenders, which are already boneless. I don't go to order boneless tacos. I don't go and order boneless club sandwiches. I don't ask for boneless auto repair. It's just what's expected. And then number three, we need to raise our children better. Our children are raised being afraid of having bones attached to their meat. That's where meat comes from. It grows on bones. We need to teach them that the wing of a chicken is from a chicken, and it's delicious. I propose that we rename boneless wings in the city of Lincoln. We can call them buffalo-style chicken tenders. We can call them wet tenders. We can call them saucy nugs or trash. We can take these steps and show the country that where we stand, and that we understand that we've been living a lie for far too long, and we know it because we feel it in our bones.
Thank you. Okay, hold it down, please.
Round of applause for that guy. Woo! Truly standing up for what he believes in.
They used to call me Saucy Nugs in high school.
That was your nickname in high school, Saucy Nugs? Mine was just trash. The unfortunate thing is his arguments are so well reasoned to an extent. Something else that's interesting about this story, as we aren't recovering from something one of us said that will never make the podcast, is this guy, Andre Christensen, is actually the son of one of the city council members in Lincoln, Nebraska. But he was very impassioned by what he had to say. And I have no idea whether it has fallen on deaf ears or if, I don't know, there's any more foul play going on. As far as thank you, I see you both reacting to my foul play pun. I just thought of it on the fly because chickens fly. As far as points are concerned, you both gave like kind of reasonable answers. I say struggling to remember what Michael said. Michael, what'd you say?
Chromebook, communist.
Oh, communist Chromebooks. That's right. Gosh, I don't know. Give each of you give me a reason to choose yours. This is for the game, by the way, because y'all are tied.
Mine was topical to the COVID era until you said that this was before the COVID era, but I was already speaking.
It was not before the COVID era? I never said it was before
then mine's
the COVID.
still topical. You said it was a long time ago, quote.
No, that was the toilet
Oh, that
one.
was the toilets. See, I lost track after someone said something really risky.
Yeah, that's never going to be on the podcast. And you'll never know which one of us said it. Noah, what do you have to say?
What?
What?
I would argue that this man himself is being a Karen somewhat. So there.
All right, points to Noah. Noah wins 2-1 in this edition of
It was Ben.
What's the Deal? I forgot the name of the game. So congratulations, Noah. You win a signed picture of Dennis Quaid for as long as it takes until someone else to win the next game.
Do you want to talk about your Dennis Quaid picture?
Oh, yeah. I won the Dennis Quaid auction. I'm going to put a picture of it up on our Instagram today so y'all can see the beauty that is the Dennis Quaid signed photograph. And I've begun the long and arduous... It's going to be a rolling award, so it's like the Stanley Cup or the Grey Cup or the FA Cup. I don't know. Is that a rolling award? Said Michael for some reason.
You know exactly why.
I know exactly what reason.
You keep rolling.
Keep on right on rolling. Yeah, it's a rolling award, so it'll go from whichever one of us wins the week or whatever, however we decide, and then they'll get it for a week. However, it's probably just going to go to them in spirit since we're all still quarantining, kind of. So it'll just be mine for the time being, but that's fine. Yeah, so make sure you take a look at that on our Instagram page. Drop a like and comment your favorite thing about the photo. My favorite thing is the fact he has a mustache. Anyway, we can move on to our next game, which Noah will be hosting. So Noah, fill us in.
Well, thank you. I'm going to continue on with the food theme of the last question as we once again play Food Flop Funambulism Taco Bell edition. Are you guys ready to learn some things you never knew about Taco Bell?
Oh, ring that bell. Let's go.
Ding, ding. All right. So, as you know, this game, we talked about...
That was so enthusiastic. Ding, ding. Let's go. Yeah. Woo.
So, as you know, in this game, we like to talk about food products that failed. Sometimes they're frozen food
love to do
products.
it.
Sometimes they're fast food products. Today, we're going to be focusing specifically on Taco Bell. And we're also going to keep with the kind of risky theme of the show, because we're going to talk about some things that are not super pleasant. But that comes with the territory when you talk about Taco Bell. Because Taco Bell is sometimes unpleasant, as we're about to discover. Question number 1. This taco, available for only a limited time back in 2009, had a blank colored shell and allegedly came out the other end this color. So, what color was the shell and what color did it come out the other side? Michael.
I just listened to a podcast the other day mentioning a similar chemistry phenomenon. Taco shell was blue. The other end was dark green.
Blue colored shell, dark green. Do you know why that shell was blue in your mind?
Just to make the color change? I don't know.
All right, Ben, do you have any ideas?
See, I was going to say that the shell was blue as well. I feel like I remember seeing that. And I was
blue
gonna say
shell. It's a Mario Kart reference.
Oh,
Take that.
it's
Take
a
it.
Mario
Take it and
Kart
run.
shell.
Go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a Mario Kart. Yeah. So it was blue themed for Mario Kart. It's anniversary of being existed. And it came out the other end yellow.
All right, we have blue and
It's like
dark
reverse
green.
primary colors.
Blue and dark green for Michael and blue and yellow for Ben. The answer is it was a black colored shell. I believe it was for Halloween, and it came out the other side green. So, Michael, we're going to give you the point there, as you got the green color right, and blue was pretty close. So, it was a Halloween-themed taco. Probably not a good idea. It has not returned since 2009, and there's probably a reason for it. All right, Michael's up 1-0. The next question. This burrito, put out by Taco Bell in 2017, was unique for having a candy mixed into it. What was the candy, Ben?
I believe the candy was those, like, oh, goodness. Was this in the United States? I feel like I would have heard about this.
I think it was a test market product, so it was only available in some markets, and it doesn't sound like it ever went to full production.
I'm going to say candied plantains covered in chili powder.
That is a very specific candy. All right, candied plantains.
It's a very Latin American thing of you.
That's true, and as we know, Taco Bell is very authentic to the Latin America area.
Very.
All right, Michael.
I tried to use the second goer advantage, and I got nothing, but nerds. You can never go wrong with sprinkling some nerds on some stuff, you know what I mean?
That's what
Nerds.
Sonic does.
Nerds.
Just mixing in that nerds to the taco meat. Well, the answer for the firecracker burrito, put out in 2017, is Pop Rocks, which is really close to nerds. So, Michael, I'm going to give you the point there. They actually had Pop Rocks mixed into the taco meat to give it a firecracker
like that.
sensation.
Yeah.
There are other ways to get that sensation, like actually eating a firecracker, which would be better.
Yeah. So that never made it to full market. Who knows why? I don't know. It could have been any reason. Maybe a Pop Rock shortage. Maybe because it was terrible. So Michael is up 2-0 and has won the game, but we're going to go ahead
But
and do the third.
what color did the Pop Rocks burrito come out?
Taco Bell does like their multicolored shells, or their different colored shells. I saw some of the red volcano tacos, the Dorito tacos. It's kind of insane.
Okay, but real talk, those Doritos tacos are good.
They are good.
I've never had one. I need to get one of those.
Dude.
Oh my
you
gosh,
have to
try it
one.
Tuesday.
Yeah. You take over Try It Tuesday this week.
I could do Try It Tuesday this week. I don't want to jump into your thing though, Ben. If you want me to do Try It Wednesday.
No, it's fine. Nothing is sacred. It's fine.
All right. Well, like every good meal, this game ends with dessert. Also in 2017, while Taco Bell was mixing Pop Rocks into their taco meat, they put out the Chocoladilla, which grilled a flour tortilla with this inside. Michael, what did they put in this flour tortilla for a dessert item, the Chocoladilla?
Oh my gosh. Can you read again what it was just a flour tortilla? That's all you're giving me?
It's a flour tortilla. They put this inside, and then they grill it up and serve it to you with this melted all inside.
Cheese made of chocolate milk from chocolate cows, of course.
Oh.
I just made Ben red.
Oh, no. Chocolate cheese milk.
That is a terrible thing that you just said.
You're not welcome back next week.
Not as bad as what Ben said earlier in the show, so.
It's better than what Noah said earlier in the show.
All right, Ben, what do you think?
I'm going to say they put in an entire Cadbury cream egg, and then they would grill it and then deliver it unto you as the Cadbury cream chocoladilla.
A nice Easter item.
Thriller in Manila.
The chocoladilla, however you want to say it. All right, Ben, Michael, the answer is Kit Kats. They would put some Kit Kats in the middle and melt them down and serve it to you in a little flour tortilla. So, Ben, I'm going to give you the answer, give you the point on that one, since you got
Cadbury.
closer with the chocolate theme. Also, Michael, I would never pick you because of what horrible things you said.
What you said is actually the worst thing that has ever been left in this podcast.
I'll do that on Try It Tuesday.
Ooh. Okay, I'm holding you to that, actually. I'm going to find a way to make chocolate
No.
milk cheese.
It's non-committal.
Well, thank you for playing Food Flop Funambulism. Michael takes home the trophy 2-1. And now
Taking home the
I think
infundibulum.
we're going to take a trip down south to Florida. Ben?
Oh, yeah, we are. We are going to play some Florida Man, and we play this game quite often, so I'm sure you know the rules, but I will give Noah and Michael a headline from a Florida Man story that has the same date as a date from the past week. So it could be from any year, but it'll be from a day from the past week. I'm going to remove words or word from the headline, and Noah and Michael have to supply that word or words that I removed and justify their answer. Are you guys ready to play?
Ready.
Let's go.
Let's do this. On September 14th of 2016, a Florida woman, the first Florida woman we've had in our story, or our show, Florida woman makes bomb threat to halt blank, police say. Let's start with Noah this time. What did this Florida woman make a bomb threat to halt?
She did not want to go to her colonoscopy. Wait, do women get those too?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to be a long day.
She did not want to go. Something I'm sure we'll all feel when we get to that age. So she called in a bomb threat.
Michael, what do you think the answer is?
Well, holy cow. Noah's just brought me in so many
Michael just said in
ways,
our
and I'm
group
trying
chat,
to-
women don't poop.
So, I'm trying to recover. First of all, jeez, I remember someone went somewhere and said they're going to blow up the bathroom, and I think since we're on this topic of colon, but I do think that was a Florida man, not Florida woman. I'm going to go with. Wait, she was trying to halt what?
Yeah, what was she trying to halt with the bomb threat?
Her normal bowel movement activation.
What? How would a bomb threat halt that?
Because they made everyone evacuate, so she didn't get to go. Noah started it. I'd just like to point that out.
Okay, okay. September 14th, I'm just going to move on. September 14th, 2016, Florida woman makes bomb threat to halt boyfriend's urine test, police say. Central Florida woman Denise Martinez called 911 to say a man outside the probation office where her boyfriend was submitting a urine sample was going to blow up the building. Her boyfriend was made to stay at the office till he submitted the sample, and both were arrested, one for making a false report and the other for violating parole. What a A-list couple they are.
My potty humor was not that far off, but it's up to you.
Neither was Noah's.
Mine was about a test.
Yeah, his was about a test.
Mine was about using the restroom.
But, I mean, a colonoscopy kind of implies you use the restroom a lot. Oh, gee, I don't know. It's both super close. I guess I'm going to have to give it to Michael because she was trying to halt somebody from using the restroom. And that's pretty much what Michael said. But Noah, you were very close. I could have just as easily given it to you. I apologize.
Thank you.
Please don't hate me.
Thank you for
All
the
right.
consolation.
So we go into round 2 with Michael leading 1-0. September 15th, 2015. Florida man suspected of blank leads police on scooter chase. So what was this Florida man suspected of, Michael?
What's characteristic of Florida men? First
Nothing.
of all?
Nothing is out of the ordinary for Florida men. That doesn't narrow it down at all.
Playing a free round of golf.
Playing a free round. So he was just out there chilling on the golf course, and then he led the police on a scooter chase?
Yep. It's
Nice.
still robbery.
That's true. That's true. I'm not going to
Theft,
mention.
at least.
I'm not going to talk about how many times I've done that. Noah, what was this Florida man suspected of before he led police on a scooter chase?
Well, the fact that he's on a scooter makes me think that he no longer has a vehicle. So I think it has to do something with his vehicle. So I'm going to guess he drove his car into the local Piggly Wiggly and then took off on scooter.
So this was
drove my car into a Piggly Wiggly and I let it burn. I don't care.
I love it.
It's a song.
This is like a premeditated attack because he had his scooter with him, like preparing to flee the police.
You
That's
always
what you
have to
replied?
have, any good spaceship has an escape pod because you never know when you're going to need to escape. So that was his escape pod. Like, I got this scooter in the back in case I ever hit my local Piggly Wiggly. I need to make a quick getaway.
So what you're not alluding to it being an intentional assault on the Piggly Wiggly?
I don't think it was, although I think it could. I know a lot of people have strong political disagreements with some certain Piggly Wiggly shops. Totally making that up. But there are a lot of reasons why you'd want to intentionally attack a Piggly Wiggly. So I'm saying it could be intentional, it could be accidental. Either way.
All right. Well, in September 15th, 2015, this Florida man was suspected of smelling a woman's feet and then leading police on a scooter chase. 52-year-old Eddie Wan was spotted crawling under tables and smelling a woman's feet and at Florida International University. So yeah, that's, I mean, you're talking about, Michael, what's a normal thing for a Florida man to do? I'm pretty sure that's as normal as it gets, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Smelling some feet. This is another one I'm really torn because, as opposed to the last question, neither of you are close. There was no Piggly Wiggly involved. There was no theft involved. It's actually, you know what? I could say there was theft involved because he was stealing the scent of feet.
Or you could give it to me to make it interesting in the last round.
Noah gets the point, and we go into the last round tied 1-1. Congratulations, Noah, on getting that point right there. This is how you create suspense.
I'm very good at bribing Ben to give me points.
Yeah, he is. You really just have to offer, and I will go for it. September 18th, 2018, Florida man drives blank on Normandy Boulevard in Jacksonville. What did this Florida man drive? We're going to start with Noah.
I think it was like a little Power Wheels SUV.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Like one of those, it goes maybe 5 miles an hour, and it sounds like maybe this is a busy road. So he's just in like a little Barbie Jeep, just slowly tearing down the road, blocking traffic, causing all kinds of havoc, making all the children in the minivans passing jealous because their families did not purchase them a Barbie Power Wheels Jeep. Just all kinds of problems.
All right, I can see that. Michael, what was this Florida man driving?
Am I able to ask you what year this is? Is that fair?
2018. I said that at the beginning, so I can tell you it's 2018.
So that rules out my thought of home-built Tesla Cybertruck, and instead we'll go with the close cousin of such, a homemade World War II tank, infantry tank.
So a homemade World War II infantry tank or a Power Wheels. Well, this Florida man was driving a jet ski on Normandy Boulevard in Jacksonville. Now, there is no story supplied with this. It did run on local news, but they just had a video of a man driving down the road on what appears to be a modified jet ski to basically be a motorcycle. And I'm assuming it was homemade, but I'm going to give the point to Noah just because he said making all the children in the minivans jealous as they were driving past, because the video that was supplied is of a family in a minivan, and you can hear the child talking about how cool he thinks it is that he's driving a jet ski down the boulevard or whatever. So I'm going to give it to Noah based on that reasoning only. So Noah, congratulations on winning Florida Man this week. What is you give a speech.
Thank you. I would like to plug my YouTube channel and my SoundCloud.
No. Okay, we're done. Thank you so much, everyone, for. I didn't plan out what I was going to say for the outro. Michael, say something.
Hey, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. It means a lot that you guys come listen to us for roughly an hour or so, and I know a lot of you aren't commuting currently, so listening at home is
okay. This is getting kind of sappy.
Different. So no. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for checking out noodlespodcast.com, checking out the merch store. You don't have to buy anything, but if you'd like to, it's there. The shows are all there. And next week I'll be on paid leave, so I'm taking maternity leave. I'm having a child myself, so I won't be here next week, but we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Ben looks shocked at that, but thank you guys for watching.
I thought it was because you're getting a colonoscopy, but I didn't know where it's actually coming.
Shh. I'm more shocked that we only give 1 week for maternity leave. I'm not even sure that's legal.
It's the United States, bro. I don't have to give you anything.
Regardless, thank you guys for listening. And Ben, Noah, do you guys want to say and wave goodbye even though they can't see us?
Yes, thank you guys so much. Congratulations to our winners. I know Michael won. I know Noah won. I didn't win anything, but I'm a winner anyways because I get to spend it with you. And you guys are winners as well. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you guys next week, and bye-bye.